Hey, Curio travelers, welcome to Thursday Travel Chat, Curio Conversations, where luxury lifestyle meets cultural immersion in quick weekly moments designed to elevate the way you explore the world as well as me. Listen, one of my favorite parts of this business are the conversations that happen well before anyone boards a plane, a ship, a train, and even an automobile. Let's chat about this. The questions I wish more travelers ask before booking. Again, the questions I wish more travelers would ask me before they book their experience. Whether someone is considering one of the Travel Curio group experiences, yes, or planning a private group with family or friends, or an affinity group, or dreaming about an itinerary designed just for you, every memorable journey begins the same way with a conversation. Now, I find that the travelers who come home saying, that was one of the best experiences I've ever had, they're not necessarily the ones with huge budgets or ambitious itineraries. More often, they're the ones who are asked us thoughtful questions before making a decision about the journey. So today, I'd like to share 7 questions I think you should ask me before you plan your next vacation, your next experience, or journey. So for today's conversation, I am going to be the traveler and the travel advisor. So here we go with the first question, which I believe might be the most important. Why am I choosing this destination? Why am I choosing this destination? Good question, I would say. So let me ask you, is it the culture, the history, the culinary delights? Are you going for the beaches? Or perhaps an adventure that is drawing you there? Or maybe are you simply looking for a change of scenery, a, an opportunity to disconnect from your everyday routine? Now, I personally don't think it's a right or wrong answer. But understanding your why you're drawn to a destination often leads to choosing an experience that truly resonates with you. The second question I feel is quite important. You ready? Number 2, how do I want this experience to feel? Ooh, great question. Are you hoping to rest, reconnect? Are we celebrating a milestone? Are you looking to go there and learn something new? Or is this a challenge for you to be in a different environment? The destination matters, but so does the reason and the season for why you're choosing it. It matters. Your experience should complement not only your why, but where, the season, and the reason. Here's question number 3. And this one, I think, it requires a little honesty. Am I choosing this experience for myself, or am I choosing it because someone else think I should? Now, this one right here. It's easy to be influenced by social media, trending destination, or even what I classify as well-meaning friends. But I think the experience that you're going to treasure most are usually the ones who reflect who you are, not always what everyone else is doing. And let me be transparent here. As a travel advisor, I also rely on previous travelers sharing their experience either with the destination or if they've been on a previous travel curio experience and what it was like when they were there. And hopefully it was a very positive experience. I haven't gotten any negative feedback, by the way. So hopefully, if this is a situation where someone has shared it with you, it was something that made you ponder and think, wonder, and it resonates in your why. Here is the fourth question, which I believe is practical yet surprisingly overlooked. Ready for this? Can you tell me what's actually included? Ooh, yes. Now that's a great question because listen, sometimes what appears to be a less expensive experience may not be once you discover that there are definitely elements that are missing. like airport transfers, excursions, breakfast, gratuities, interest fees. All these things come at an additional cost. Often, individual experiences, especially those in popular European destinations, may require you to meet at a predetermined point. So sometimes you got to get in your own taxi and get to where you need to be. Now, here's one I want to, I don't want to necessarily say pitch hit, but let's talk about a group experience. Now, it may require an investment upfront, yet this form of travel reflects that someone, aka me, has thoughtfully curated every single detail. Well, let's say every detail, allowing you to spend less time worrying about logistics and more time fully experiencing the destination. The true difference often isn't the price, it's the intention behind the experience and how it has been designed. But what plays in that too is how you want it to be. Now, my fifth question is really, I think, geared toward more of my first time international travelers who don't think to ask this. You ready? What season or what is the weather going to actually be like when I'm there? That's great because listen, you can't just look at the month on the calendar, but the season. Will it be rainy season, peak season? Or is it one of those wonderful shoulder seasons where the weather is pleasant and the crowds are lighter? The same destination can offer a completely different experience depending on when you want to arrive. So I want to use an example. For instance, locations such as Australia and South Africa, they're in the winter months right now. So just in case you're watching this in the future, let's define what that is. Australia and South Africa winter months are June to August. So you might be in your summer months where it is, let me see. Yeah, my device says it's currently 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And yeah, that's okay, but it's still warmish. Now, I think that we could segue with these seasons right into naturally what I consider to be the sixth question. Angela, can you tell me what I won't be able to experience during the time of year that I'm there? Yes, I can. So you might be going for a cultural festival, but it's not taking place when you're planning to go. Or there's an event that you've seen in photographs, it's already passed. Are you going for blooms? For instance, you might want to go see the tulips in Amsterdam, where the tulips are not tuliping all year round. Now, I will say this is not necessarily a reason to change your plans, but to rethink it or to look forward to what will be there when you're there. So, going to use some more examples. You might want to go to Japan to see the cherry blossoms. However, its peak season is crowded. You might opt out to go during what I consider to be their autumn splendor, when the Japanese maples are all beautiful and it's a little bit cool and the crowds are not as intense. Or can we use this as an example? In Bali, they have a wonderful spiritual moment called Nayepe. And this is when the whole island shut down for 24 hours. Now, hey, you might not want to spend 24 hours in total darkness and silence. Yeah, nothing is open, nothing. So you might want to think about that for when you're planning your time or your trip to Bali. Now, these are just simple reminders that every season offers something different, and knowing what to expect will help you to appreciate your experience that you're choosing. Now, here's my last question that I think you should be asking. How do I want to remember this experience? Now, this one right here, take a little bit of me in you, but I'm going to ask you this. What do you want to remember? Will you remember sharing a meal with your friends, wandering through a local market, learning to prepare a traditional dish, or simply watching that sunset without feeling an ounce of obligation for anything else that's going on. Are you looking for a wellness moment and have what I consider to be, hello, your own eat, pray, love moment? So, before you choose your next experience, I encourage you to pause just for a moment and ask yourself these 7 questions. They may not necessarily change where you go, but they may completely change the experience you have once you get there. You are managing your mindset and your expectations all at the same time. Meaningful travel doesn't begin with making a reservation. It begins with making thoughtful decisions. From time to time, we also host destination webinars where we explore questions just like these in even greater detail. It's an opportunity to learn more about an experience, understand what to expect, ask questions that matter the most before you make a decision. If you ever have the chance to join us, please do. I'd love to have you there. So, this week, perhaps don't just ask yourself where you like to go next. Ask yourself whether you're asking the right questions before you choose. In essence, the questions I wish more travelers ask before booking. Now, you may discover that's where the journey truly begins. Yes. So, if you're watching on Facebook, I love to hear from you. Which one of these 7 questions do you think travelers overlook most often? Leave a comment and join this conversation. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and please subscribe. Trying to get my likability score up. I think somebody told me, and I love that. Oh, yeah, one of my kids' teachers told me that long time ago about YouTube. I'm trying to get my likability score up. Now, and please share this episode with someone who's dreaming about their next experience. Until next Thursday, keep exploring with curiosity, and I'll see you for another Curio conversation. Take care.